This week on the Special Chronicles podcast, EnergyForce Series Season 8, Pt2, is a conversation with Charlie Carpenter from Misericordia, a EnergyForce ambassador. And this episode of the Special Chronicles podcast has been previously broadcasted.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel Spikowski, and I'm the founder of Special Chronicles and the Special Olympic Southern Tribal International Global Messenger, a website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream archives of over 750 episodes absolutely for free, and to follow Special Chronicles on social media, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. This week on the Special Chronicles show, our guest is Charlie Carpenter, EnergyForce ambassador from Misericordia. Charlie has been a resident at Misericordia out of mostly since 2018. This has been his first year as a EnergyForce ambassador. In addition to his new ambassador role, Charlie works in Misericordia's Greenhouse Inn and volunteers as a wildlife ambassador at River Trail Nature Center. Charlie has also participates in Misericordia's Heart Singles Choir, which performs concerts throughout Chicago, as his true passion has been music since he was 6 years old. For the past 8 years, Charlie has been Peter's musician at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Lakeview, where he plays pipe organ and piano. He currently is a student of David Jordan's Director of Music and Organist at Holy Name Cathedral. Please put your virtual hands together as we welcome Charlie to the Special Chronicles show. Welcome, Charlie. It's good to have you on the program, Charlie. And I know I just read your bio, but in your own words, why don't you introduce yourself to listeners and tell our listeners how we got connected, what disability you were diagnosed with, and what organization that you are with.
So my name is Charlie Carpenter, and I live at Misericordia Heart of Mercy in Rogers Park, Chicago. And I actually heard about Special Chronicles from my job coach, Jason Reese, here at Miz.
Awesome. And I know at Special Chronicles, we've been a part of the EnergyForce program for, I think this is our 6th year. So over the years, we've gotten to know a lot of the other organizations that are also a part of the program. We'll begin with your early years and tell us about some of the challenges because of your disability, as well as some of the accomplishments and joys because of your disability.
So my disability I have is cat eye syndrome, and I was diagnosed with the disability when I was born. And some of the challenges I have with this disability is learning how to make change for $1. And then, of course, another thing that I'm really good at with this disability is playing the pipe organ and piano. And I really enjoy singing in the Misericordia Heart Singers Choir. If I didn't have this disability, then my skills wouldn't be as good as they are right now.
Awesome. We'll get into much more of your story, of your passion about music in later on in this episode. But first, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll get into your involvement with the EnergyForce Ambassador Program. So we'll be right back with Charlie right here on SpecialChronicles.com. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcasts, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. And Charlie, in the intro, you mentioned how we got connected was through the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program. And I think, as I said, and as our listeners know, this is the 6th year that I and the Special Chronicles has been a part of the program. But for yourself, can you share with us how you got involved with the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program?
So I actually heard about the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program from my job coach, Jason Reese.
Awesome. And as this has been your first year, and you've completed, I think, I believe about 5 engagements in the beginning of this year. So can you tell us about a few of the highlights of some of the events or the engagements that you've done? What was the event, and what did you do as an EnergyForce ambassador?
So one of my favorite engagements I really loved is being a part of the Misericordia Family Fest on September 10th. And I actually got to do a video called A Day in the Life, and then even one of our ComEd social media staff got to film me at Misericordia's campus talking about what I was doing during the day, and even what I did on Sunday morning playing at St. Peter's Episcopal Church too. And another
different engagements. What can you share with us what you do as a ComEd EnergyForce ambassador?
So one of the things that I do as an EnergyForce ComEd ambassador is I get to give people energy saving tips. One of my favorite ones that I love to give is make sure you turn off all your lights before you leave your home.
Awesome. Yeah, it's neat to have a lot of to give a lot of those tips to the people that we interact with. Why did you want to become an ComEd EnergyForce ambassador?
My parents thought it would be really good for me, to do an activity just beyond practicing pipe organ and piano. They want me to expand my horizon, same with other activities I do at Misericordia too.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and take another short break, and when we come back, we will switch gears from moving from the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador program to talking about your passion for music and your involvement at Misericordia programs. After this short break right here on SpecialChronicles.com, we will continue to hear from you, Charlie, and your story, and again about your passion for music and the Misericordia programs. So we'll be right back right here on SpecialChronicles.com. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program. The EnergyForce is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives, and Wary is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they are literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. Support for Special Chronicles comes from United Airlines Bridge Disability Business Resource Group. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with United Airlines and the Bridge BLG. Bridge BLG is committed to being an ally for all employees and customers with disabilities. Bridge helps to create internal awareness to keep accessibility needs in mind and partner with key organizations to empower disability inclusion for employment and travel. Bridge, connecting people of all abilities. Book your travel today on United.com or on the award-winning United app. Learn more on United's commitment to disability inclusion for employment and travel at specialchronicles.com/United. That's specialchronicles.com/United. Should I unmute my mic there? In the first part of the program, Charlie, you mentioned that you have a real passion for music. Can you tell us about your church job playing the organ and how you got started playing the organ?
Yeah, so I've actually been at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Lakeview for 9 years, and I've been there since April of 2015. And what I do each weekend is I get to play instrumental music on the piano and the organ. And then also I get to lead the congregation with song too.
Awesome. And what do you enjoy about playing the organ?
What I really enjoy about playing the organ is that there's a lot of interesting colors on the organ, which also means a lot of different sounds and everything. And when I want to tell you on how I got into the organ too, is when I was 16, I went to my piano instructor's house and I actually started playing her show tunes instead of advancing my piano repertoire. So, and then a family friend of ours introduced my family and I to Dr. Dennis Northway, who is the parish musician at Grace Episcopal Church in Oak Park. But he's currently not there anymore. But when I started as an organ student of his, he was still the parish musician there, and he gave me a key to the church so I can go and practice the organ. And also at the church, I got involved in a lot of different activities, like I did all the choirs, and I went to the worship services and the events. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. You're also in a choir at Misericordia. Can you tell us how you got involved in this choir and also what you enjoy about participating in the choir?
So before I moved into Misericordia, I did a lot of observations, including like going to the Greenhouse Inn restaurant. And also, observing at Shannon Apartments where I live now. And I used to live at Baumgartnersville, but when I was observing in those places, I also observed the Heart Singers Choir. I would attend their Saturday masses, and they used to also do Wednesday night sing-along with Bob and Match. And then I also used to attend the choir practices when I observed at Misericordia. And then, of course, before I got into Misericordia, I already knew I was going to be a part of the choir.
Awesome. Yeah, it's neat that there's a lot of opportunities that you're able to showcase your passion for, the passion that you have for music and choir and playing the organ. As our listeners learn more about Misericordia, can you share with us what the programs at Misericordia that you participate in, and what are some of the other programs that you?
So on Mondays, I actually do ceramics on Mondays, and then every other Tuesday, I'm a River Trails Nature Center ambassador with Wildlife Connections. So the residents and I get to teach people about local wildlife species that you can find in Illinois. Then, of course, on Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm a waiter at the Greenhouse Inn. And then I also do art studio on Thursdays, which is a lot of fun. And then I also practice the pipe organ at the Croatian church near Misericordia a few days a week too. And then also I go swimming a couple days a week too at Misericordia, like either 1 or 2 times a week.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about the OUT program and the Wise Different Cultures program? What do you do with these, and what do you enjoy about participating in the OUT program?
Yeah, so then also another program, every other Tuesday, another program I do is called Arise, where we learn about different cultures. And we also do a lot of meditation. And if it's a really nice day, we usually go on nice walks and everything. And then we also get to do a daily check-in in the program. And then we get to talk about like how we're feeling for the day.
Awesome. It sounds like a lot of fun. You mentioned just a little bit ago that you also enjoy swimming at the Misericordia pool. Can you tell us what you enjoy about swimming?
One of the things that I enjoy about swimming is doing leisurely swims. I actually do not want to be a part of the swim team at Miss. I think I really just enjoy doing swimming just for fun. But I did do swim team in the past.
Awesome. Yeah, it is it's nice that the water is nice and cool and refreshing to get in the pool.
Yeah, and then also at the end of my swim, I also like to sit in the hot tub, which feels nice and refreshing too.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice way to end your time.
Yes.
At the pool to enjoy time in the hot tub. We're going to take a final break. When we get back, we'll get into some final thoughts as we wrap up the program, the episode today. We will don't go away. We'll get into some final thoughts from Charlie and talking about inclusion at the end of the program right here on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting, the easiest, most affordable option to get started in podcasting. At Special Chronicles, we proudly host our weekly podcast with Podbean and highly recommend you use Podbean Podcast Hosting to get started in podcasting today. Sign up for an unlimited hosting plan and get 1 month free now to get started in podcasting today when you visit specialchronicles.com/Podbean. That's specialchronicles.com/Podbean. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard, the easiest way to create professional live streams. StreamYard is a live streaming studio in your browser. Interview guests, share your screen, and much more. Stream directly to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other platforms. Sign up for StreamYard today using our StreamYard referral link when you visit specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. That's specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. And Charlie, as we come to a close on this episode, I want to remind the listeners we'll include links in the show notes. If you all want to learn more about Misericordia, you can, let me find, I think it's Misericordia.com is where you can learn more about the program, and we'll make sure to include links in the show notes. So just look down where I'll be listening to this, or just go on to specialchronicles.com and look in the show notes for this episode with Charlie. As well as we'll put more information about the Combat EnergyForce Ambassador Program, as well as 2 other episodes of our EnergyForce series in the show notes if you all want to learn more about the program and the programs at Misericordia. So we'll make sure to include those links if you all want to learn more. And Charlie, it's been such a joy to have you on the program, and I'm glad that you got to share your story with our listeners and about your passion for music and your involvement with the ComEd EnergyForce program. Before we get to that final question, do you have any final thoughts on your overall time here today on the Special Chronicles show that you would like to share with our listeners?
I really want to thank Jason Reese, my job coach, for giving me this opportunity. And I also want to thank one of the CDS instructors, Bridget, for helping me out today, too. And I hope everybody has a great week. And thanks so much for having me on the program.
Yeah, it's been such a joy, again, Charlie, to have you on. And hopefully we'll get to be at an event together in the future. And to introduce, one final question, and to introduce a final question, we've got a bumble. So let's go ahead and roll that.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising. Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality.
Dignity.
and the recognition of our
Shared humanity. We will not stop.
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
More divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution.
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
So ever since I attended the 2019 Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi, I've been asking all the guests one final question, at least for the past 5 years. And inclusion revolution is a big message in Special Olympics. Inclusion, I'm sure, is important. And reach out or have your job coach, Jason, reach out. And it's always great to have these interviews and have these conversations on this program. And for all of you listening, if you will come back next week with some more exciting content for you, we trying to pull up the schedule that we have here. We've got some more, some more episodes with our Unified at Work series coming up at the end of the month. Some exciting episodes there, as well as some more Combat EnergyForce episodes, as well as more content coming to you every Monday, 6 p.m. Central Time. So stay subscribed on SpecialChronicles.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And SpecialChronicles.com is where you can find links to follow Special Chronicles on social media, as well as you can subscribe to our newsletter and find out about tons of other podcasts that we produce here at Special Chronicles. So I hope you all have a great week. And once again, thank you, Charlie, for coming on the program. And until then, we will choose to include. We'll talk to you next week. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smikowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website, SpecialChronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for absolutely for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, SpecialChronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks, as always, to our business manager, Adam Smukowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smukowski, back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with